All right, so we have Kris here with us today.
The child comes back to life.
Yeah.
Everybody enjoys playing Lego. That's the biggest fun.
Kris, you have been involved in the corporate world. During this period, you were also very much in touch with innovation, innovative companies. How do you see the overlap and how they can work together?
I think it's a must to work together, actually, because the big corporations are struggling with finding ways to be more innovative and be more agile. The small startups and scale-ups, they just need corporations, they need them as clients. Otherwise, they will not have the funds to further invest in their product or services to grow. It always gives me a lot of pain when I see very good startups with very bright people just not getting there in the hockey stick, just not getting to the scale-up modus because they don't get clients to really sign up for their product or service.
It's the time that it takes, right? That because the startup needs sales as oxygen end of the day.
Exactly. So it gives you oxygen to do further research, it gives you oxygen to do further technological developments, and it gives you oxygen to hire people and get things going at a faster pace.
But the way you describe it right now, it seems like the startups need the corporates a lot more than probably the corporates need the innovative companies or startups.
Corporations think like, whatever they are doing, we have the resources, we have the means, we have the money, we should be able to do that ourselves. But you'd see that companies trying that, they don't often succeed in really bringing around that startup culture and that entrepreneurship within a big corporate environment. I'm actually now convinced, I think corporates need startups as much as the other way around. When I talk to people within big corporations that are working on innovation, is that they're always still somehow unconsciously stuck in the corporate mindset and the corporate boundaries. And that's the good thing about startups, they don't have any boundaries.
How easy is it for a pirate ship captain to move into the Navy and still captain in the same way?
I think it's very hard.
Okay.
I actually think it's very, very hard. It strongly depends on senior management within the company and their mindset, their openness. Are they willing to give full autonomy and full trust into the pirate? It's like, so how free will they let the pirate be? And from the other side, how well will the pirate be able to determine his boundaries within that corporate framework? So they got to step towards each other somehow without like killing each other. Take the startup and the environment of the startup with it and give them the bubble to exist within the company. Giving them their own set of rules, let them make their own rules and guide them. Guide them, support them, advise them, give them additional resources when they need resources. That's the added value that you can give. The entrepreneurship is very difficult to input it from within the corporate organization into a startup. So just give them a bubble to exist in, but provide sufficient room and oxygen and time to let them be as well. Let them challenge the existing and don't always go into direct business cases, short-term return on investment, all those kind of things are killing for startups. And there are three things that really appeal to me. The first thing is that the values of LIFARE, they really resonate with me. It has to be sustainable, it has to be worldwide, it has to be environmentally friendly. So that's like innovation within an ethical framework, and that's something that I really, really appreciate. Second, a lot of the things that you were talking about back then, projects or companies that you were in touch with, had to do with fashion, retail, logistics, all worlds that I've been a part of in the past. And thirdly, it's the person. Like, if you let me play with Lego all the time while we talk business, why not, you know? No, I think there was a good click, and I thought we both saw that we were open-minded and we could discuss, and we tell things like how they are, very frankly. If I don't agree with you, I tell you. If you don't agree with me, you tell me. And that just works because we both have the respect for each other to leave that be, and I think that makes us good sparring partners for the future. So it's the person, it's the subject matter, and it's the values.
And the idea is that it's not just a sparring partner with me, but you'll be a sparring partner with a lot of innovative companies that come into our program.
Hopefully, yeah.
As an advisor or as a panelist, how do you see yourself helping them, or what can they reach out to you for?
I think different thing. I think one of the things that needs to be sorted out is what are they looking for? Where are their gaps? What are they lacking at the moment? And then the mentors should be put in there that can give biggest added value. I think one of the things for sure is how can you get the best out of people? Mm-hmm. How can you manage people and leave them in their own strength and get best out of people? That's already important if you've got like 3-4 people aboard. But that becomes more important if you scale up. If you become a company of 30 people, 35 people. So it's the human part, the human capital part, and how do you grow the human capital? Product-wise, challenge them on how they approach corporates. A lot of those people haven't worked for corporates. They don't know how corporate works. They don't know who has to be around the table to make a decision. They don't always know that if they're going into a meeting, is there a decision maker around the table? Mm-hmm. What are the questions that they're coming after? What are they looking for? How does a corporation look at a product like this in the scale of things? Put them in touch with corporations, well prepared, and the chances of success will be way, way bigger. Mm-hmm. So I think those two things, like the human capital part and then the part like how do you approach corporates? How do you go about creating partnerships? I think
LIFARE, what you ensure is sales. So how you can convert those partnerships into the sales, that's the end goal.
Yeah. It all comes down to the sales. No, but you have to have everything in place to get good sales, right? So you have to have your sales follow-up. You have to have your customer service behind it as well. You have to have everything ready to get there, because your sales will fall apart if you go hard selling and then you don't follow up. It just like crumbles apart.
And that's Kris.
There you go. Me in the Lego version. Perfect. If this comes right at you, you'll be making weight. I can guarantee you that.